Hello children, how are you? Fine? Hope you are enjoying my video classes and you are exploiting maximum benefit out of my class. So today I shall be taking up the topic life process. Under this topic, the subtopic plant respiration. So when we talk about respiration, let us be very specific. What is respiration and why it is required? So let me first tell you why respiration is required. Respiration the ultimate aim of respiration is to produce energy in the form of energy currency, that is ATP. ATP. This is the energy currency required for any life activity of plant or animal. We are talking about plant. So when plant is even respiring, they require energy. When they are undergoing excretion, they require energy. Undergoing growth, metabolism, they require energy. Undergoing the process of reproduction, they require energy. Translocation of food, they require energy. So for all the activity, all the organisms require energy. And where from this energy will come? This energy will come by the process of breaking down of food. Breaking down of biomolecule, otherwise called food. This breaking down of biomolecule or food will ultimately give the energy in the form of ATP. Energy in the form of ATP. Actually, the biomolecule or the food, glucose, if we take C6H12O6, so it is having carbon-carbon bond, single bond here. This bond will be broken down. This bond will be broken down. Breaking of bond. Breaking of bond. This will release energy. And this energy will be utilized for conversion of ADP with inorganic phosphate to form ATP. And this is the ultimate aim to produce the energy currency. This is the ultimate aim for respiration. Now, to complete the process of respiration, step by step we shall proceed. For this, the respiration process, may be completed in supply of oxygen, in presence of oxygen. If it is the case, then we call it as aerobic respiration. Let me wrap this question. So this is aerobic respiration. And if it is taking place in absence of oxygen, it is called anaerobic respiration. In absence of O2. Whatever it is, whether it is aerobic respiration or anaerobic respiration, in both the cases, energy will be produced. But what is then the difference? Difference is the amount of energy produced, more ATP, and here much less ATP. less ATP. Now, whether it is aerobic respiration or anaerobic respiration, in both the process, a part of breaking down of food is taking place within the cytoplasm. If I draw a cell, a plant cell, simplified diagram, suppose this is a simple diagram of a plant cell. Nucleus, this is the mitochondria, only mitochondria I will draw, not the other organelle. The reason is, it will be very clear now to you. So, when the food, that is biomolecule, enter into cell cytoplasm, this is the cell cytoplasm, cell cytoplasm, a part of breaking down of food, remember, a part of breaking down of food will be taking place within the cell cytoplasm, where there is no need of supply of oxygen. Be very specific. So, this part of respiration or breaking down of food which is completed or which is taking place in the cell cytoplasm, this is called as glycolysis. So this glycolysis is common for all the different organisms. Now, once the glycolysis is completed, the end product of glycolysis. So what happened during glycolysis? We shall discuss in detail. The end product of the glycolysis called pyruvic acid. This pyruvic acid so produced here will now enter to mitochondria for full oxidation and release of energy. So, the second part of respiration, aerobic respiration, that is taking place within the mitochondria, that is called as Krebs cycle, otherwise called TCA cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle. Although the detail of cycle, there is no scope of discussion at your 10th standard, but in brief I will give the idea. But before that, let us now go through how the oxygen from atmospheric air is entering to the plant cell. You know, if you simply cut a section, TS, or throw a stem or a leaf, suppose this is through a leaf, we have cut it a TS. So this is the upper epidermis, this is the lower epidermis, lower. In case of dichotomy, the lower epidermis are the stomata. These are the stomata. It is through the opening stomata the oxygen enters into the cell. Here, if you just draw, this is the vascular bundle, the xylem and phloem. The xylem and phloem, that is vascular bundle, may be covered by, these are the xylem, these are the phloem. Xylem and phloem, the vascular bundle, covered by bundle sheath. Now, this just after this stomata, the epidermal layer, which containing especially lower epidermis, which contains stomata. Now, they are having palisade and spongy parenchyma, palisade parenchyma. Palisade parenchyma, only little part I am drawing so that you can get the idea. Palisade parenchyma. These are the palisade parenchyma. And these are the spongy parenchyma. These are the spongy parenchyma. So one can see here spongy parenchyma. Here also the palisade parenchyma. Palisade parenchyma. So one can see from here, in between the parenchymatous cells, there are lots of intercellular spaces, spaces in between the cells, intercellular spaces. So these are the spongy parenchyma, spongy parenchyma. This is palisade parenchyma, this is vascular bundle. So the oxygen enters through the stomata are reaching to the intercellular spaces from where they diffuse into the cell for the process of respiration. Is it very clear? Now, why they will enter? It is because of by a process called diffusion, when there are more oxygen, higher concentration of oxygen here inside, outside the cells, outside the plant cells, inside in the intercellular spaces there are less amount of oxygen, or within the cell there are less amount of oxygen. Why less amount of oxygen? Because of this oxygen by the time has utilized for the production of ATP by breaking down the food. So there will be a transport of gases. During daytime, of course, anabolic process, photosynthesis, which we have already discussed. What is the product of photosynthesis? Food along with oxygen. This oxygen then utilized by the cell for the process of respiration. So during daytime, they need not take oxygen from the atmospheric air because of already the oxygen produced within the cell as a byproduct of photosynthesis. And it is this oxygen now utilized for the breaking down of food. But what about during night time? During night time there is no question of photosynthesis because sunlight is not there. During that time, and by that time during night time the stomata also remain closed. So they have another structure called lenticell. What is it? Lenticell. It is this lenticell present on the stem. Through this opening, the oxygen enters to the plant body, entering to the intercellular spaces from where it is reaching to the cell and are undergoing the process of respiration, breaking down food. Is that very clear? Now, let me be very, very specific that as I told you, respiration is having two main phases. So, respiration one part is called glycolysis, and the other part is called Krebs cycle. It is this glycolysis where there is no requirement of oxygen which is taking place within the cytoplasm of cell. And so no need of oxygen here in this glycolysis process. Then what is the use of this oxygen? It is this oxygen will be used up during Krebs cycle. Where it is taking place? Within the mitochondria. So the glycolysis product will be now entering into the mitochondria. This Krebs cycle, otherwise called TCA cycle, tricarboxylic acid cycle, which will be taking place within the mitochondria. Where? Mitochondria. Within the mitochondria. And here oxygen is required. O2 is required. So what happened? In brief, I am giving the idea. What happened during glycolysis? So during glycolysis, not the detailed step because it is not there in your NCERT textbook or in your syllabus. So a brief at least you should know. During glycolysis, glucose, simple sugar glucose, what is its formula? You have read in other classes also, simply only formula, not going to the structure. C6H12O6. If it is sucrose, sucrose will undergo hydrolysis to convert into glucose. If it is sucrose, it will undergo hydrolysis to convert into glucose. Now this glucose will undergo phosphorylation to form glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate will undergo its isomerization reaction to form another isomer, fructose 6-phosphate. Then it will undergo further phosphorylation to form fructose 1,6-diphosphate. You need not go in detail. But ultimately, within the cytoplasm, it is this simple sugar glucose will break down to form. So glucose is a 6-carbon compound, 6C. Remember, glucose is having 6 carbon. It will break down to form 2 molecules of 3 carbon, 3C. What is it? Pyruvic acid. So remember, each molecule of glucose having 6 carbon will undergo breaking down, that is taking place within the cell cytoplasm and gets converted into a 3-carbon compound called pyruvic acid. So glucose is 6 carbon carbon. So how many it will be produced from each glucose? 2 molecule of carbon, 3-carbon compound pyruvic acid. It is this pyruvic acid, now it will undergo reach to mitochondria where it will break down and complete oxygen will be used up and complete breakdown and ATP will be produced. So if I summarize the reaction in a very simple way, so this is glucose C6H12O6 require oxygen for the terminal oxidation during Krebs cycle. 6 molecule of oxygen to produce 6 carbon dioxide plus 6 molecule of water. It is a simple balancing plus energy in the form of ATP. Total 38 molecule of ATP will be produced. How it is produced? The balance it 1 hour we shall have to go, but that is not required for your level. So you can make how many carbons? 6. So here also we see 6 carbon. Oxygen is 6 and 12, 18. So 6 to that is 12 here, 6 here, 18. Hydrogen 12, hydrogen 12. So this is the product of respiration. If it is taking place in absence of oxygen, anaerobic respiration, as it is taking place in unicellular fungi, that is mold. Mold is multicellular, yeast. So if it is taking place in yeast cell where there is no need of oxygen, then the product is glucose. No need of oxygen, it will break down to form acidic, not acidic, it's an alcoholic compound that is called a 2-carbon compound. From 6-carbon compound, a 2-carbon compound alcohol called ethyl alcohol or ethanol. Ethyl alcohol plus carbon dioxide plus energy, ATP. But the amount of ATP produced here much less. So if you make a balance, 2 molecule plus 2, so carbon 6, 4 and 2 6, hydrogen 10 and 2 12, oxygen 6, oxygen here 2 plus 4 6. This is the otherwise called alcoholic fermentation. So this is a brief about the plant respiration, where it is completed under 2 main steps, glycolysis and TCA cycle or Krebs cycle. Glycolysis taking place within the cytoplasm of the cell, plant cell, and Krebs cycle within the mitochondria. Glycolysis product, that is pyruvic acid entering to mitochondria step wise in a very complicated step. First of all acetyl CoA, then further so many steps, aconitic acid, C-aconitic acid, so many things. You need not go at your level, but this much you remember that in the mitochondria it will be completely oxidized to release energy. If it is taking place without oxygen, then alcohol, ethyl alcohol will produce. It is called alcoholic fermentation. Is that clear to you? So till then, bye.